Good tomatoes don't just grow, they're passionately cultivated. But what happens in the field is only the beginning of the story. Great tomatoes, red gold tomatoes, undertake a special and unique journey from the field to the table that makes them the freshest, best-tasting tomato products in the world. After being grown in some of the finest soil in the country, red gold tomatoes are carefully harvested and transported on trucks bound for our processing plant. It's harvest time for a crop that was planted 113 days ago at more than 40 family farms in Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio. Those families are sustainably harvesting and delivering fresh, delicious tomatoes to 3 manufacturing facilities here in Indiana. The tomatoes are bred to ripen at the same time, so each field is harvested just once with a pick-right harvester. Hand sorters and electronic color sorters are on board to sort any debris and green tomatoes. Each truck carries exactly 22 tons of tomatoes, ensuring minimal damage to the fruit during transportation. Upon arrival, the tomatoes are gently floated off the truck with water to begin processing. Moving the tomatoes through flumes flooded with water protects them from bruising and begins the delicate process of cleaning before continuing to be processed. At the first bubble tank, the bubbles keep the tomatoes suspended, moving and cleaning them at the same time. Any debris and rocks remaining are removed. The tomatoes reach the end of their outdoor journey and make their way up the elevators. We rinse them again before they enter the facility. There will be many more washes before completing their journey. Now inside the facility, they move along water-filled flumes to the scalper. The scalper helps sort tomatoes by size, allowing the smallest tomatoes to be removed. They will later be used to create cover juice. Next, the tomatoes pass through a color sorter. The color sorter uses an electronic eye to see green, yellow, or brown tomatoes and then removes them mid-free-fall with air-compressed paddles. Any tomato that does not meet our high color standards throughout the process also goes to the cover juice line. A final hand sort gets the tomatoes ready for the peeling process. Peeling begins as the tomatoes enter the peeler. Inside the peeler, they're quickly exposed to heat and a purified food-grade alkaline bath. This process gently removes the peel only. The goal is to remove only the outer layer of skin, leaving the rest of the tomato intact. Our proprietary peeling process provides a superior quality product with less damage to the tomato and far fewer unwanted peels left behind. After the peeler, the tomatoes are scored by slitter knives. Multiple water jets neutralize the peeling process, cool the tomatoes, and rinse off the loosened peels while a disc bed removes it completely. Tomatoes are rinsed again in a bath of cool water before making their way to the pinch bed. The pinch bed removes any remaining peel or tags. The peeled tomatoes are once more sorted for color. Now that the peel is removed, we can really see the true color of the tomato, ensuring only the best quality fruit move on to another pinch bed just to be sure all peels are removed. The size grater then separates the tomatoes into size groups for final sorting, sending large tomatoes to larger-sized can lines. The carousel is the primary hub that the tomatoes enter, allowing for product flow control to various lines. Because of our commitment to quality, the tomatoes now go through another hand sorting process called the middle sort. This sort will be followed up by a final sort that ensures only the best tomatoes end up in the can. Known for our quality, these tomatoes are washed 7 times, rinsed 18 times, sorted 11 times, and mechanically color checked and size sorted 6 times. Our production and quality assurance teams will perform over 270 tests every hour to assure that our customers have the very best in quality. While the tomatoes are on their journey, another process begins across the plant. Depalletizers unload pallets of commercially sterile empty cans one layer at a time to maintain a steady supply to the fillers. Meeting the demand of the filling occurring at the lines is a critical process. When the cans finally reach the fillers, they are flipped upside down and blasted with ionized air, ensuring they are clean and empty. These lines get juice before the tomatoes go into the can. After filling them with diced tomatoes, they go through a paddle packer that creates headspace at the top of the can. The headspace is critical to cooking and cooling. Next is a critical step. Cans flow into the seamer, where steam displaces all of the air in the can. The seamer places a lid and crimps and rolls the edges, forming a hermetic seal. Whole tomatoes undergo a similar process. Whole tomatoes exit the carousel and enter a middle sort and final sort. After the final sort, tomatoes drop into the pocket filler that fills each pocket with the correct amount of fruit before dropping into the can waiting below. Another quality check takes place after the cans exit the pocket filler. The whole tomatoes now need cover juice added for flavor and to ensure quality and consistent circular cooking and cooling. As they enter the vacuum syruper, an airtight seal is created by a circular gasket that covers the can. The air is then sucked out of the can. Vacuum is then applied to the can, which causes the juice to be sucked into the can, filling the remaining space evenly by forcing the juice into the voids. These cans then go through a similar seamer process. The cans exit the seamer and immediately get coated using an inkjet machine. This coat allows us to know what product is inside, what line it was on, and the day and time it was made. These cans are now sealed for freshness and ready for the cooking and cooling process steps. The cans enter the rotary cooker where they are heated to temperature, ensuring a shelf-stable product. Then they exit the cooker and enter the cooler where they are cooled to stop the cooking process, preserving the fresh flavor and prepared to be handled at the next stage. The cans are now ready to be stacked and organized into pallets. The product is referred to as bright because labels are not applied at this time. The Bright Stack Palletizer creates a consistent pallet of products utilizing patterns. It stacks cans one layer at a time until a finished pallet is made. After stacking, the pallet is tagged with a barcode and top wrapped. The barcode allows for accurate tracking and identifying of each pallet of product. The pallet is only partially wrapped to provide faster cooling and drying and also make it easier to dismantle when ready for labeling and shipping. Once wrapped, the Bright pallet is moved into short-term storage ready for customer orders. When a customer places an order, the correct product is identified via the barcode and made ready for labeling. Cans enter the labeling machine and are tipped on their side. Glue and a label are applied to the can. Several hundred cans move through the labeler every minute. After labeling, the cans are boxed and wrapped and prepared for shipping. The finished goods are now restacked perfectly on a pallet, ready for shipment. Thank you for visiting Tomato Country here in the Midwest, where tomatoes grow best. Red Gold is family-owned and operated for over 4 generations, and our mission is to bring you the freshest, best-tasting tomato products in the world.